Hey, good evening. It's really amazing to have you guys here. My name is Daniel, I was a professional opera singer and beatboxer, and tonight we're gonna be reacting to Meute's Hey Hey. I know that they're a European-based band, so if they're German and it's pronounced Meute, I apologize. But I know that this group is a live orchestra techno-esque band. I'm really excited to start this musical journey with them, and I hope you guys are too. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Oh, so this is just live. I love that this isn't even in a studio. You could just hear the chatter, but it's soft so you can focus on the music.
Just an ordinary day.
Woo!
You came around, had my feet on the ground. Yeah. So they said, just an ordinary day. You came around, I had my life on the bound.
Love that they're squatting. Oh, I dig it. I dig it.
Imagine that. And it's all because I heard you say. And it's all because I walked your way. And I should have known to stay away. I heard you say, I heard you say, I heard you say, I heard you say.
Woo!
I heard you say, I heard you say, I heard you say, I heard you say. What I heard you say, and I heard you say, and I heard you say, and I
Yeah!
heard you say, and I 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 heard you say.
Oh! Oh, yeah, dude.
You gotta keep your head up tight.
Just have this nice build, but it's not the drop. It just hides back into itself.
Head up to the
And this
sound.
vocalist, dude. Oh my god.
Keep your feet back to the ground. Move your head up
So soulful, dude.
to the sound. Just an ordinary day. You came around, had my life on the bounce. Imagine that. Just an ordinary day.
Oh, it's such a groove.
You came around, I had my head straight and sound.
Nice build.
Just imagine that. And it's all because I heard you say. And it's all because I walked your way. And I should have known to stay away. I heard you say, I heard you say, I
Nice.
heard you say, I heard you say, I heard you say, I heard you say,
Ah!
you say, I heard
Ah, give it to me.
what I heard you say, and I heard you say, and I heard you say, and I heard you say, what I heard you say, and I heard you say, and I heard you say, and I heard you say,
Yeah!
what I heard you say.
Yeah! Woo! Dude, what a groove! Yeah, applaud him. That was freaking great! Oh, dude. Just the fact that they're so consistent in this groove. And the bass drummer keeping consistent throughout this entire song, incredible. Aw, dude. Aw, man. These syncopated beats and rhythms. So much fun. Nice focus on the tuba. Alright, this feels like a build. Oh, alright. Oh, okay. Coming in with his, I think that's a baritone sax? Rounds out the sound a little bit. I dig it. Just more sax. Okay. Just get all this brass. Yeah! Keep building. Got the bone. Gosh. Oh, it's so slow, but you could just feel its power. Just building. Ah, the trumpets. Oh my gosh, the accents on these hi-hats. Yeah, I love that dynamic change. Woo! Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That was so much fun, dude. Yeah, really great vocals. Wow, 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 wow. That was so much fun. You just have this really great vocalist with amazing instrumentalists, and on top of it all, like I mentioned before, having a bass drum just stay consistent in 4 throughout the entirety of, how long was that piece? 7.5 minutes. Like, that, keeping a consistent beat without rushing or dragging is tough. It's actually really tough to keep that kind of groove consistent, especially when you're exerting physical energy and moving around like they were. Man, that was, oh dude, that was so good. For the main vocalist, I love the level of passion and emotion in his voice. It's so soulful, and I really dig that kind of music. I genuinely believe that the purpose of music is to share yourself with others. It's to put all of your training and expertise and true enjoyment of life into an art form and to give that to people, to share that with people. So even if it's not pure, like his voice was pretty raw on some parts, especially when he was yelling, and there were notes that weren't being sung, they were just being screamed, and his voice was cracking, but all of that just fit so well into what he was doing, which is just this emotion explosion of raw vocal power. It just fits so well within the context of the song of, well, I heard you say, and I heard you say, and oh, you just, it's so gritty and coarse and rugged, and oh yeah, I really, really digged it. I'm so excited just to jump into this analysis. And something that I want to comment on too, I already commented on it in the first run through, but I love the fact that they are outside performing on the ground surrounded by people. And it isn't just because it adds a more fun party techno kind of club vibe. Oftentimes I see that when there are very popular musical artists out in the field, they're not on the ground intermingling directly with their fan base. It's more like they're only on a stage or only in a studio. They feel untouchable. And we kind of put them on this pedestal because of how mysterious they are, or their popularity and impact on the music scene is so well beyond what we understand about them as a person that they're just on a different plane of existence. It's like seeing the difference between a YouTube star and a movie celebrity, where the YouTube star is someone that we would want to hang out with, or feel like we can hang out with a lot easier than maybe the movie celebrity, just because we associate them on different planes. Just in terms of this, it just feels like they're on the ground. They're surrounded by their fans. They're really just in the thick of it, and they're just sharing their music, and I really just dig that as a whole. It's part of the reason why I don't mind singing in these videos, even though it's very small clips of it, because I just love singing. It's not like I'm saying I need to be paid in order for me to perform my art, which is something that I used to do, and I really resented music itself because of that, and I love music, and I don't want to feel like that about music, which is one of the main reasons I left the scene to begin with. I didn't want to focus on making it all about money and earning a living. I want to enjoy my art, very much like these people do, and I love that. Just his vibrato is really nice, very consistent, smooth, a little fast, but you know, each person has their own vibrato, and sometimes it's a little on the fast side, which is what his is, which is completely fine. I like how in the beginning of his phrase on Just an Ordinary Day, he holds the day, just an ordinary day. Day is a diphthong, and for those who don't know, a diphthong is where a vowel sounds like two vowels, where day has an open epsilon, for epsilon, and e, closed e, a. So in classical music, if you were to sing the word day, you would probably hold the and then close it with e. But in this particular style, and with the amount of soul just put into it, you're just grooving with the ends of notes, the ends of words, and just letting it flow into the next cadence, and I really dig that. Just an ordinary day. Yeah, I really dig it.
You came around, had my feet on the ground. So they said.
And he's just moving with the groove too, and just, so they said. Yeah, just everything just feels like it's a part of the groove. Even their movements, even when they're not producing sound, they're just all in the same headspace, and I love that, especially in groups.
Just an ordinary day.
Got a lot of
You came around,
neck tension, but not complaining. Adds a lot of power to it.
Imagine that.
Oh, and what a great unison.
And it's all because I heard you sing. And it's all because I walked you.
Oh, and that, all of this being on one breath too.
Imagine that bounce. Imagine that. And it's all because I heard you sing. And it's all because I walked you away. And I should have known.
Oh, dude, it's incredible. Their embouchure. Yeah, and just the percussion is so soft here. Yeah. But it's picking up with the horns. just really creating that intentional raspiness, and it adds so much good energy to the piece. Yeah. Yeah. And just his body language is so powerfully open too. And then sinks back in. Oh yeah, love this.
You gotta keep your head up tight. Feet back to the ground. Your head up to the sound. Keep your feet back to the ground. Move your head up to the sound. Just an ordinary day.
And look at how soft he's hitting that bass drum. It's so gentle but consistent, and it's just keeping the whole momentum, the foundation of the entire piece moving. I love it.
Just an ordinary day. You came around, had my life from the bounce. Imagine that. Just an ordinary day.
Oh, and those hi-hats are so soft too.
Came around, I had my head straight and sound. Just imagine that. And it's all because I heard you say. And it's all because I walked your way.
Yeah.
And I should have known to stay away.
Woo!
I heard you say, 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 I heard you say. When I heard you say, and I heard you say, and I heard you say, and I heard you say, when I heard you say, and I heard you say, and I heard you say, and I heard you say, when I heard you say.
Oh, dude. Just something that I really, really love about this, and I've mentioned this countless times in other videos, is when you have a repeating word or a repeating phrase, just to constantly do something different with it, to change it in some key way. Just to make it so when you repeat something, it just doesn't sound the same way you did it. There's a different inflection in the tone of your voice, or the dynamic is different to show that there's some kind of emotional progress happening each time you say something. The best example that comes to mind would be in the film Good Will Hunting, where Robin Williams goes over to Matt Damon's character and just says, "It's not your fault. It's not your fault." And he's repeating the same line, but there's a different inflection each time he says it. And each inflection penetrates Will's defenses. And that's when "it's not your fault" actually starts to destroy his defenses. And when it does, that's when he actually breaks down. So to have just, "and I heard you say, and I heard you say, and I heard you say," and you could just feel this pressure until it explodes in, "and I heard you say," and you just, yeah, it's just so raw and soulful, and I love that. Yeah. Yeah, take your victory lap. And they're all just having a good time too. And then you just start with your foundational percussion, not losing the melody. Yeah, and now that bass drum is really getting hit harder. Oh, dude. takes such a long time, but it's such a good payoff. Just as a quick note, when I was in university, we had an event called, or my music department had an event called Tuba Fest, where it was essentially just recital style of different tuba performance majors that either were in orchestras or in jazz bands or wherever they could sit down with their instructor, perform, and go take their skill into a professional setting and perform. But this was all centered around the tuba, and I did not think that the tuba could be a solo instrument at all until I went to that event because I had colleagues performing in it. And what a dynamic instrument. I thought it was just foundational for orchestras, but no, it's got a lot of dynamic flair in such a one-of-a-kind and unique instrument. I love it. I love how dynamic it is. Very similar to the trombone. And I don't mean to say that in terms of the tuba and the trombone are the same instrument or very similar. I'm just saying that as two brass instruments that I typically associate with being foundational and not being a solo instrument, I have been definitely proven wrong in that regard. Just this intensity in their eyes, but you can still see it that they're in this groove. Yeah, just that walk, just feeling it. Yeah! The trumpet just adds so much more to it, though. Just a unison, just an octave higher, but you can just feel that build. Oh, and they're just going so hard on the percussion. Yes, and then just shrink to grow. Yeah, and their body language says it all, too. Yeah. Oh, what a fun time, man. What a fun time. Great vocalist, too. Yeah, he was just great. I loved listening to him. Was his vocal technique perfect? No, but that's not the point of the music. You know, if there's an artist that is going on stage that is mainly focusing on how good his voice is, then, you know, it's very natural for especially professionals such as myself in the field to be able to say, well, if he's putting his all into his voice, then we're able to deep down and analyze and scrutinize what a particular voice is doing. But if this is all just the feel and the vibe, and it's not particularly accented on how good the voice is, but how the voice contributes to the group's vibe, the group's aesthetic, and how the group wants to create an overall sound. It's just so soulful and it's so impactful. And his vocal technique, not perfect, doesn't need to be. It's so raw and rugged, and I love it. I love this type of music, dude. Just live, in your face. It shows musicianship and a great level of arrangement and unity as a group, and just everything coming together. You can tell that they practice fervently, and it really just comes through in their performance, and I really love that. I love how vehemently passionate they are about their craft, and you can just really hear it in their overall sound, and I just dig it so much. I'm so excited to listen to more of their stuff, honestly. Thank you all so much for being here. If you liked it, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you didn't, please leave a dislike and let me know why in the comments. I do read all of the comments. Even if I don't heart or reply to them, I do read them also. Please know that your comments do not go unnoticed, and I do take them into consideration as I make future videos. There are many videos that I record that just don't see the light of day because I just don't think that they will ultimately produce good content, or they're just too contentious to put out. And that's not what I want on this channel. I just want all of us to be able to sit down and enjoy the vibes of the video and enjoy the music that's being presented. So I really appreciate your understanding in that regard. That being said, if you guys didn't watch the last few video updates, I would like to inform all of you that my video of Placido Domingo and Dimash has been removed from YouTube. It was forcibly taken down and I was given a copyright strike for it, and I'm currently trying to get the video back online, but it doesn't look good, and ultimately I'm having problems with that video alongside Pentatonics videos. So the Pentatonics videos might also come to a halt for the time being until I can figure that out. But until then, I deeply appreciate all of you being here. It really does mean a lot to me, and I can't wait to see all of you in the next video. Have a great rest of your evening, everyone.